Okay, your question.
All
Knock
right.
one out of the park, kid.
I've got 3 on my list that we talked about.
One at a time.
Let's go police.
Oh, let's go.
Talk about the sheriff's now helping. You know, there was some reticence to do that or resistance to do that. What does Jim Taliaferro as mayor do to stop this crime problem or this perception?
Let's talk
of
about
a
perception.
crime problem.
Absolutely. You know that, it's my belief that, the police department are not sociologists. They're not psychologists. We're going to have violent crime. 2,000 years says we're always going to have violent crime. We cannot legislate or protect or address what's in a man's heart. If I'm going to shoot you in that parking lot with those 3 officers that I just met, I'm going to shoot you in that parking lot. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. What we can address are the crimes that we really have control over, saturating a specific area. Let's talk about Steve Prater stepping up and offering some assistance to the Shreveport Police Department. Many of you know back in 1990, we had a gang issue. I was there. Crips, Bloods, Bottom Boys, you name it. We had a pretty
massive riot in 88.
It was the OK Corral every night. Okay, Fannin and Douglas, I remember, where Mary Street and so forth and so on. Well, who reached out for help? Steve Prater. Steve Prater got everybody with a badge, everybody that wore a robe, everybody that had anything to do with, and I'm not saying it's just Steve, this is a collaboration, anyone that had anything to do with the judicial system. So I was just part of the mix. The whole idea was to arrest and fast track these people to incarceration. It worked well, cleaned it up. So where do we get off that asking for help is somehow an embarrassment? Where do we say to our children, don't ask me for help because that's an embarrassing thing to ask for?
Police officers are telling us, though, this is telling, we let us do our job and we can do this. Now you're going to call the sheriff in to help?
No.
That makes us look like we're not competent.
That's not true. I think that it does it makes you look like you're very competent when you ask for help. It makes you look like, this could be a bigger problem that we need to, the most important thing is you get a handle on it. And then you start managing it.
What about those who say, take the cuffs off us, let us do our jobs?
Oh,
Police, SPD's not letting us do our job.
I don't know about the SPD part. I know about law enforcement officers and how they think. We are responsible for doing a job. Do not take the handcuffs off us and let us do our job. Sometimes, and nowadays, with social media, we are so concerned, and rightfully so, we are so concerned as law enforcement officers that everything's going to be used against us. That people are always, obviously, with the video and so forth, they're micromanaging our every action, where before it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Yes, crime is an ugly business, and you have to understand it is an ugly business. And I told Mayor Tyre that this is an ugly business, and sometimes it doesn't look good on YouTube. Sometimes it doesn't look good on Facebook Live.
We've got to switch gears to the
ahead.
Cross Bayou project.
Oh boy,
what does Jim Taliaferro do with that?
Cross Bayou, and I do have a little bit more research to do, obviously, and from attending the city council meeting last night, it seems like there's still a lot of confusion on that. I'm all about development. I'm all about building the future, because where do I want to see Shreveport in 5, 10, and 15 years, even when I'm gone? I think that just because we have one developer doesn't mean that we can't entertain having multiple developers saying, this is my vision, and then we take a look at it. If the mayor, whomever that may be, says, oh, I really like these projects, let's take a look at it, and gives it to the city council, let's take a look at it. To say that we're going to go invest in a project now when we have so many other things that are quality of life issues that we need and we must address for the people that really don't have an interest in Cross Bayou. They just have an interest in making it from day to day. Safety and security, making sure my streets are correct or paved or navigable. So there's so many quality of life issues that we need to address to give our citizens a sense of pride before we start looking into another project that is just still on the drawing board and still has a lot of questions.
Jim Taliaferro, thank you so much for coming in.
You guys are a dream. Thanks
I'm sure we're going to do.
Me hang out
if
with
I had to describe Aaron in one word, that's odd you would mention that. What an amazing coincidence. I would say, what was that word again?
Well, I said dream.
Yeah.
But I kind of included all of you in that.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a 90-10 thing.
It is. Okay, whatever.
Thank you so much.